0 and you dominate them, you go into Unified Live, and now Mousesports, they're just going to be like, oh, crap, we just got destroyed by these guys the last time we played against them.
Yeah.
Like, that can really affect their mental game. And so that's why this is still very important for G2, because of how much it can affect the mind state of their opponents going into the Unified Live Championship.
And it's going to be interesting when we look towards the drafts as well to see what people bring out in this series.
Yeah,
because
I'm curious too.
If this is a matchup that we end up seeing a rematch of in Los Angeles, then suddenly this is a matchup where you don't want to reveal what you've got hidden up your sleeve. You don't want to play your ace like out on the board right now. You want to keep that hidden. So we could have some very reserved strategies coming out here, or we could have some stuff that's totally off the wall, Sweet J.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Fortress Rhyme, who would have thought that would be a comp that's played? And there's like CP Idris, CP Ringo we've seen played. There's a lot of new heroes that come out, but Keanu, maybe they'll do like a Finn, and he's been amazing on Finn, so let's see what kind of drafts come out there.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot up in the air. I mean, what do you expect to see here, Bacon?
I mean, I expect that both teams are going to stay fairly close to the meta. It's stuff that, you know, everyone already knows and everyone is already aware of. So I don't think we're really going to have many surprises unless it's just like completely off the wall things just to try and make your opponents think, oh, is this something we have to worry about now? But other than that, I think it's just going to be fairly straightforward.
Oh,
Baron,
wow.
Blackfeather, not too many surprises.
Yeah, this is a draft that we were seeing a few weeks ago. We've seen less of the priority on Blackfeather, though, as of late. And Catherine going to be the follow-up, and Grace going down as well. This is easily the quickest draft we've seen so far today.
Yeah, interesting. I like the Blackfeather first pick because Mousesport actually bans Blackfeather on the second phase normally when they get Baron or a strong carry like that. So very smart pick by G2. Arden gets picked up because it seems like the next best. So I feel like Finn is going to come out here again because that's something that Keanu is so good on. And then hopefully they'll pick probably, I would say, Sky potentially here because of the Blackfeather. Or they could go with like a carry that can minimize the melee potential of G2. So like a Cruel with the Baron, but I don't know if they've practiced or played that before. So let's see what comes up. But Kestrel's also open. They can also play CP Kestrel with like Lancer Finn here.
That is going to be the Lance selected. And against the Blackfeather, you know, there is the opportunity for Blackfeather to ignore a lot of that crowd control, but it is going to be the double max. It hasn't had the greatest win rate today.
This is the lineup that they lost to SK with.
Yeah, they beat Taka. Like I forgot which team they played against, but Mousesports played this comp and won actually late game. They were snowball, but they came back and won that game. So, and they're the team that executes this better because Fnatic was the team that wasn't able to execute this comp as well.
Certainly the double mechs today have not been successful, but as you say, we have seen them in the past be successful. Maybe Mouse can prove why it is such a good composition. Now looking towards G2's final pick here, there's definitely a few different directions you can go with this. The Blackfeather obviously can go to the jungle, or it can go into the lane either.
Yeah, and so because they have so much open for them, it can be pretty tough to try and figure out what exactly they're going to use to answer this, especially because again, they're playing with house money right now. They're playing for just for pride and for that intimidation factor, so to speak. Whereas Mousesports, we've said it, they still have a chance at getting second place. It would require Fnatic to go down 0-2 to SK, but Mousesports needs to win this if they want to have that even be a possibility. So this is still very, very important for Mouse.
Well, Samuel was the pick that thwarted Mousesports earlier today when they picked the Baron and the Sky. How are we feeling about Samuel be the final pick for this composition?
If they can do what SK did to Mousesports earlier and use Samuel to siege the turret and push objectives early so that Baron and Sky never get to late game, then they can pull it off. But if they don't pressure early and mid and let Mouse get to their late game phase, it's going to be over.
All right, so it's all about making sure that they can't actually just stall out the game. They can't keep clearing these waves and make sure that they're forcing the issue. We'll see whether that's something that they can bring to the table here. G2 right now, they want to get a win on the board. They haven't won a week of the Vainglory8 just yet, and this is their opportunity. But Mousesports, they are battling for the second seed. This could be the chance to start the season strong and finish the season strong. We'll have to find out as it's time to jump on into this one. Hashtag Vainglory8 on Twitter. Let us know who you're supporting, but let's pass it over to our casters to get on into the first game of our grand final between Mousesports and G2 Esports.
Well, that's right, Munchables. We are here for the finals. Mousesports versus G2 Esports. This is going to be a very fun matchup and quite important for both teams, I think, on the whole level of just building momentum into the championship. Wouldn't you say, Denomine?
Definitely about establishing some dominance here. Both of these teams have really played on their A game today, so it's going to be exciting to see who can come out on top here. I like the composition out of Mouse a little bit better, just because obviously the Lance, if he uses the Githian wall correctly, should be able to interrupt Hundor's ability to get to the backline. And there's a lot of damage potential that comes out of the side of Mouse, specifically the Baron once he comes online, as well as I'm the Doom on Skye, can make it really difficult for Hundor to make a hard engage. So this is going to be about Kiana Nakoa really making a good decision on, okay, do I need to save Dark Potato? Do I need to help him get into a better position? Or do I need to use my Vanguard on Hundor and protect him while he's on that backline? We do have a pause starting off here, so not quite sure what we got going on. Very likely a player disconnect. But as soon as we have some information on that, we'll let you guys know. I mean, this game ought to be pretty exciting, though. We have boots already on both, or well, not on both. So just on the Arden, but definitely gonna give him a bit of additional movement speed to potentially make an invade, try to steal away a Treant. I don't know, Humanist. What would who would you like to win here?
I don't know. You know what I want to see, Denomine? I want to see big plays. I want to see an opportunity, and I want to see a player and a team seize said opportunity. I want to see nobody sitting idly by. And I want to see kill after kill after kill. I want 2 kills per minute.
2 kills per minute. That would be quite an interesting bit of gameplay here. Both of these compositions really don't have too much aggression here right early on in the game as we get started. Obviously, Baron and Skye are going to take some time to scale up. The biggest spike here in the early game will be Dark Potato as he gets that level 2. Samuel becomes a totally different hero once the empowered Malice and Verdict start coming out. He can really function pretty well throughout all parts of the game. Dark Potato's really going to have to be aggressive with his lane pressure. Maybe even an early infusion coming out here as the game goes on. That's really the benefit of Samuel over the Skye here, is there's a lot of potential to just hammer down some Malice and Verdicts onto the turret, and that's where we need to see G2 capitalize if they want to win this game. If they don't force Baron out early, then this is very likely going to be Apfel getting to a point in the game that he is just too difficult to deal with, especially with the squishiness of the side of G2. And we do have an update for you guys. It is a player disconnect, working on getting them re-established to the game. So we should be in it pretty shortly here.
We should be. One would imagine that applause could only last so long. And yeah, I mean, we can sit here and break all this down. I think we have it all right in front of ourselves. I mean, you got Apfel on that Baron. He needs his weapon items so he can just crit people apart. Doom, I gotta be honest, I wasn't impressed with Doom's Skye earlier today. I hope he has a bit better performance here in this game.
Yeah, definitely room for some improvement. We haven't seen a whole lot of Skye up until these last couple of weeks. We've really seen a resurgence of her in both North America and Europe. She does function pretty well into Blackfeather, specifically the weapon Blackfeather, so there's a lot of opportunity for I'm the Doom to really have a game-changing performance here on this hero.
Game-changing performance indeed. Game-changing pause right now. We just try to delay this a little bit here. Denomine, I gotta say, man, it's been a pleasure having you on the casts. You know, you come in here on the Vainglory8 cast, and this is the first 2 weekends in a row I got to cast with you, and it's been a real pleasure indeed. We had NA last week, EU this week, correct?
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. I did get to cast the Sunday games with you last week. Always exciting. So
Yeah, so
Definitely,
you got a little bit of flavor of the different regions. Are you noticing anything different between these stylistically?
I mean, I think it's always, for the most part, been Europe plays more towards the late game and North America plays towards the early game. And that'll be pretty interesting to see going into the Unified Championships, which one comes out on top. Historically, we have North America's aggression really just being able to shut down the early game. But some of these European teams, you know, specifically looking at Mouse, SK, Fnatic, Dynasty, they have all shifted around their teams and really have found a lot of new synergy that we haven't really seen as much out of Europe, at least in my eyes. So I think it should be some pretty intense competition going into the championship. I definitely think some of these European teams do have a quite a large chance actually of having success. So you know, a couple of them actually shifting into that heavy early game aggression. We're just gonna have to see how it matches up.
Yeah, we will have to wait indeed. But ladies and gentlemen, we have loaded into the game. The synergy of players loading all at the same time has come to be. Hundar up in the lane. He'll be facing up against Apfel on this Baron, as we talked about. And now it's just time to play this out. How's it going to go down? We have Dark Potato taking the solo jungle rotation as Keanu was kind of hanging up in the lane. Kind of a weird rotation from Keanu.
I think he really just wanted to come up and make sure Justman wasn't trying to do anything funny, try to sneak away anything he can. Obviously, if Baron was able to get a lot of damage down on Blackfeather early, it could be a little disastrous. But now we have a jungle rotation coming out of Justman here, just missing the Impale. That would have given Sky a lot of potential to get a target lock and a forward barrage down. So definitely good that Dark Potato was just on the edge of that and didn't get quite caught up. But this is going to be now Mouse taking away the Elder Treant and getting a little additional gold in their pocket. No first blood yet, but Hundor is trying to get this lane pushed up. Baron is pretty difficult to farm the wave underneath the turret, so definitely a lot of opportunity for Hundor to put Apfel on the back foot and make him really struggle to get to that 3-4 item spike that we know Baron to have.
I really like to see I'm the Doom. He's just skipping his boots, just 4 crystal bits. He's just stacking up a bunch of CP early on. This should mean that the fronts do go his way. Are they going to look to chase a Dark Potato? Dark Potato, you're in a rough place, my friend. Most of the forward barrage, actually, maybe 50% connects. So he strikes over the top. He's just waiting to line that back up. But good man Keanu, he's there to bail out the potato.
Yeah, Dark Potato did actually a great job. Again, we talked about the little bit of buffed movement speed you get out of those Malice and Verdicts. Actually used that speed to his advantage and got out of the way of another Impale coming out of Justman. He was just able to duck away to the side of it and, potentially saving his life. And then obviously Keanu Nakoa, great Vanguard over the wall, separated I'm the Doom, but now they're looking to make a heavy engage here.
They missed another Impale. G2 doing a very good job to read these out, but Keanu taking a whole bunch of damage. The Suri Strike get knocked into the wall. Sky catches him with the forward barrage and the first blood for I Am the Doom.
Yeah, and getting Sky online early here is going to be absolutely huge, especially if he's able to clean out the rest of this rotation without losing anything. Dark Potato may look to come up here and get some ambient as there's a pretty sizable wave, but I think it's a little dangerous for him to rotate to the backs. And just like that, now Justman and I'm the Doom are rotating. They did recall to base, so it is going to be Dark Potato only getting one of these Treants. And he's going to be forced now up to the lane.
Dark to the lane. Such efficiency coming out of this man. Gets the corrupted genius off as the jump jets go backwards. That was a really clean play from Dark Potato. I like to see that.
Yeah, really good opportunity for him. Again, we talked about how important the direction and use of the Drifting Darks can be. Really good plays out of Dark Potato, and he's really one of the most exciting European junglers to watch, in my opinion. He's always really been high in the competitive scene, but a good root coming out of Justman there.
Looks like it's going to be okay.
Looked like we may have had a little bit of lag there. I thought the Githian wall was going to come out and put Apfel in a zone to get some additional damage down. Didn't quite happen, though. Dark Potato a bit behind on farm here in the jungle, as well as First Blood being on the Doom. It's looking really good for Mouse so far early on in this game, especially since I just don't think a weapon Blackfeather is the best pick into a Baron, unless if you get just really far ahead, and that's not what we're seeing right now. Only about a 700 600, 700 gold lead for the side of Mouse. But again, Blackfeather really needs to get ahead, and he's opted to go the Serpent's Mask first. So very likely gonna go Serpent's Mask, Poison Shiv, and really just look for the ability to sustain on that backline. Gets a little bit of vision cleared out there, but it is now Justman and I'm the Doom now looking to possibly rotate over into the jungle of G2. Keeping up this aggression has been absolutely huge for Mouse, and they might even get away a little bit more of this farm here.
He takes away the mids again. Doom got a full jungle rotation from Dark Potato. This time he gets the front half of his jungle as well. Dark Potato is not having a very good game right now, and that's really nothing against the Potato himself. This is just I'm the Doom stepping up. You know, I said I wasn't too happy with his Sky play earlier. He's really stepped up here. That death from above isn't the best one I've ever seen, but it does kind of zone G2 back.
Yeah, and again, I'm the Doom now sitting up at 40 CS to the mere 23 of Dark Potato, and obviously more jungle for I'm the Doom to clear, so getting ahead on Sky is going to be incredibly dangerous. We talked about the effect that Sky can have onto Hundor on this Blackfeather, and being ahead is really going to accelerate the aggression that Mouse is able to put out, as well as Apfel is keeping up pretty well with Hundor here in the lane. Trading out a little bit of damage there, but now here's I'm the Doom.
Yeah, Doom moving forward aggressively. You could tell he saw an opportunity there. It's a little bit late. Death from above, it's just zoning. It forces their positioning. He takes some turret shots, but Hundor, Keanu dropping low. Keanu has the fountain. They really need Dark Potato to rotate up, but Dark Potato can't sacrifice any more jungle to save the lane. He's already behind.
Yeah, look at the item build difference here out of Dark Potato and I'm the Doom. Frostburn completed for I'm the Doom, as well as working into that Broken Myth. It does look like Dark Potato is going for that Broken Myth first item. Now, this is going to give him the ability to ramp up in the fights. However, it's not going to give him the utility slow that the Frostburn would, as well as the beginning of the fight. There's not quite as much crystal power, so really going to be looking for longer engagements here for the side of G2. And actually, it does look like the wave being forced up is going to cost Hundor to miss out on a couple CS there. So Apfel doing a great job, only 3 CS behind right now on Baron, so looking really, really good for Mouse right now with the advantage they have in the jungle.
Yeah, Apfel feeling great. Starting to build into that tension bow we've seen this time and time again. Apfel jump jetting up, just getting the last hits with that double attack there. With Justman finds the stun onto Keanu, vanguarding onto Hundor. Allows them to go ahead and reposition backwards, but now Dark Potato's here. He's in the Drifting Dark, the Malice, the Verdict coming through, stacking up onto Mouse. They're respecting it. The Dark Potato respecting the Porcupine Mortars as well. An Impale. Keanu throws the gauntlet though. Keanu, I don't know, is this the fight for G2? Can they get in there? Yes, they can! I'm the Doom wrecked! Now Justman and Apfel standing their ground, they take one. Can they find more? A stun onto Dark Potato against the wall, but Apfel not ready to follow Justman in there and take Keanu down. I was a bit surprised I'm the Doom got taken down there.
I was too. A good engagement out of Hundor, but then he stuck around a little too long and Justman was able to finish him up. Dark Potato actually did go the Frostburn first, so a little interesting that he went so heavily into the Pierce to start, just because obviously at that point you sacrifice time on getting that Frostburn complete. So still a heavy prism behind I'm the Doom. He does have the gold in his pocket to top that up, but I'm the Doom has an energy battery, so definitely a little bit of an edge for the side of Mouse here. Once I'm the Doom gets that Broken Myth complete, it's going to be pretty difficult for Hundor or Keanu Nakoa to safely be in the front line there. That forward barrage damage will stack up very, very quickly, getting the Broken Myth. Obviously 1 stack per second while you're in combat, so it is still going to take some time. But, you know, again, we have this Baron. The later the game goes, it's going to become easier and easier for Apfel, and we already see the large amount of damage he can do with just the Sorrow Blade and the Tension Bow.
So much damage coming out already. Dark Potato, he's doing his best to play catch up here. And I think he's doing a pretty good job. Flare does come out from Justman, spotting out G2 hanging in the right brush there. Keanu looking for an opening. It's about 13 seconds till Gauntlet will be available. Let's see if they look to pull the trigger again. It felt like G2 were quite ready to engage. onto this Mouse composition. As soon as the gauntlet goes, we have Oblivion to follow. The huge damage coming through. I mean, you have to wear it. There it is, the gauntlet. They knock Keanu back, but they don't cancel it off. I'm the Doom dropping low. He's stuck inside the gauntlet here. Keanu eats a bit of damage from the Baron. Apfel doing his best, but they've lost I'm the Doom. Now Hundor, he's on to Apfel. 10 breaking point stacks, but he gets stunned up. He's taking a bunch of damage. The Fountain comes out, keeping him alive for a second, but the turret comes through. 300 damage to take him down. Mouse kiting back to their turret, able to find a kill.
They are indeed, and we have the breaking point now complete for Hundor, which is, if he can stay in a fight long enough, so far he's been able to, but again, as the damage starts to ramp up from Mouse, it's going to be a lot more difficult for him to stick onto Baron. I'm interested to see if Justman does go with a Echo route here on the Lance. There's a lot of potential for him to cancel out a good gauntlet coming out of Keanu Dakoa, and that's really where we've seen the kills get found by G2 so far, is when a good gauntlet comes out, Hundor is able to get a lot of damage down, but when there's not a gauntlet available, the trades usually are going over to Mouse, and now locked up.
Keanu doesn't have Fountain. Oh my goodness, they can get just a little bit of damage. They take him Dark Potato as well. The forward barrage almost taking him down, but it's Hundor. Hundor, he's in too deep. Hundor doesn't find the kill. Hundor has to survive. He's rooted. Justman gets executed down by the Black Feather. He gets the Vanguard from his ally. G2, they're in, they're out, but the forward barrage is there. Doom takes it with the last hit. You're not a weapon, Sky. Death from above, zones out Dark Potato. He's standing his ground. He turns the Malice, puts Sky down, and it's Apfel and Dark Potato, the last men standing for their teams.
Yep. And with Apfel! Oh my goodness, that was so close. It is not going to be an ace going on over to Mouse, but it will be the first turret. And that is going to get Baron enough gold now in his pocket that he can probably just outright buy a Tyrant's Monocle at this point. So definitely looking good. Oh, but here's Dark Potato.
Dark Potato steals the mid away from him. Apfel's still going to be on low health. He's going to port back, but I don't know. Does this give G2 an opportunity to push here?
It's going to be difficult. If Apfel would have got that minion, then it very likely would have been him getting the shop and then returning to lane. He does have to recall now, which is going to put him further back. And now G2 is looking up to get this gold miner. A good minion candy coming out of Justman is going to force them back, though.
Well, Doom can just spray and pray with that forward barrage, and Broken Myth will stack up if he just catches, clips somebody in and through these fights, just in and out. And Doom has the level 11 CP infusion as well. Let's see if Mouse look to take another fight here. A lot of firepower for both of these teams. Impale going to miss. Vanguard from Keanu onto Hundor. Not sure that was needed. It does put a 10-second cooldown on the Vanguard. The Mouse, it looks like they have other things they want to do besides continue to apply pressure here.
Yeah, and as Apfel now has this third item complete, working into now the Tornado trigger on this Baron, definitely at that point in the game that he could be a huge game changer. Hundor only sitting on 2 offensive items, and one of them being that breaking point, taking time to scale up in a fight. Can be pretty dangerous because he has to be on Apfel's face or I'm the Doom's face. The forward barrage will chunk him out very quickly now that this Broken Myth is completed, and a level 11 infusion on I'm the Doom as he works towards this Eve of Harvest. I have to give the edge over to Mousesports with the composition and how late this game is going on. We are now 13 minutes into the game, and Mouse is really getting into their builds. We now actually have a CS advantage for Apfel, as well as
Immense
Keanu,
gold
he's in there, got the gold mine. What a blood for blood. Justman rolling forward. I don't know if that's what he wanted. His Dark Potatoes here. He's in the Drifting Dark. He's kind of low energy, but he gets the Corrupted Genius. They get the Gauntlet down. He was knocked back, but he finds the stun on Justman. Malice and Verdict almost taking Apfel down. He gets the healing, the Ion Cannon, but it's Hundor who jumped in. He's gone too deep. Now Potato has to use the Oblivion, but he gets blocked off. He can't disengage. He has to stand his ground. They find one kill. G2, are they doing it or are they losing it? Dark Potato's got to kite back. Justman's too low. He needs Apfel on the front side. Apfel jump jets forward. Dark Potato's Dark Corrupted Genius. He's got the crits. They find the kills. They find the ace.
They find the ace. I think they're a little too far back to get a lot of damage down on this turret. Hundor will be coming up and has that metal jacket completed, so we'll be able to survive on that backline with Apfel. That's a pretty sizable ace wave. They actually might be able to take this turret, and Hundor has to play it safe here. If he gets rooted and stunned, it could give Apfel a large opportunity.
Don't play it safe.
Atlas comes out.
He got Atlas pauldroned up. He'll go ahead and back up. But he does threaten him. Even 2v1, it's like if you don't peel, if Lance can't peel him off, he's still a threat.
He absolutely is, and they actually do come out and save that turret, so keeping a little bit of gold still out of the pockets of Mouse. They do have to be careful. Apfel rotating back does get some ambient gold, sitting almost at enough to complete the tornado trigger. Still a couple hundred gold shy. That's going to be really where Apfel's able to take off. Getting that additional crit damage down as well as being able to get more splashing attacks off in a fight is absolutely huge for Baron. 15 minutes in, Kraken on the board. If either team finds a fight here, we could really get a very heavy swing in gold. The gold advantage right now, only 2,000 for Mouse. If we can get a good gauntlet out of Kiana Nakoa, we do have the Echo now complete. Ooh. That is a pretty big spike for Kiana Nakoa if he's able to lock down I'm the Doom. And Justman does have that Void battery in his pocket, so looking to get into, as we discussed earlier, getting that Echo himself. He may be able to put Kiana Nakoa in a position that the gauntlet does get wasted.
Lance, one of the best at canceling off gauntlets. Keanu, I think, and maybe he forgot, but I think he learned his lesson earlier, getting a gauntlet canceled off. I saw him reflex as he threw the gauntlet earlier in the game. Pretty nice to see that kind of play coming out. I think we showed Mowgli in the fight of the week last week, getting his ultimate canceled off, and that can really just swing a fight. But if he can have two, you talked about that Venn diagram kind of gauntleting, and if you catch someone in the middle, it can be devastating. There's nowhere to go. What do you block? If you can't run away, you get stunned up, you take damage. And right now, G2 just looking for an opening. Mouse moving forward. Mouse appear to have control on this map. They have the damage, and you mentioned before, Apfel, Tornado Trigger. He's got it. He's got a level 12 infusion too.
Yeah, this is really the beginning of a huge damage spike for the side of Mouse. Sky also has the Eve of Harvest complete, but if we look over at Dark Potato, he's really brought that 20-30 gold CS deficit. Oh, but a good root comes through.
Impale the stun damage out of Apfel. They're moving forward with Hundor. Hundor wants to get onto Apfel, but he took way too much damage. Apfel chasing Dark Potato. He's not going to find it. Hundor, first gauntlet's down though. I'm the Doom. They just trade the forward brush melts right through Hundor and Keanu. He's not using. He didn't use the no Echo Gauntlet. Why do you not Echo the Gauntlet? Apfel moving back, crits him down, and rightfully, deservedly so.
Yeah, really good fight for the side of Mouse there. Hundor again, if he's in a situation where I'm the Doom can find a forward barrage, that damage is going to scale up so quickly for I'm the Doom, and we've seen it. The Surrey Strike came through, a huge chunk of Hundor's health got dropped, and then a good forward barrage off the back of the Gauntlet stun actually out of Kiana Nakoa. He is able to find the kill, and like you said, Echo Gauntlet not used in that last fight. Maybe Keanu knew that fight was not going in their favor and another Gauntlet wasn't going to help them, so saving that cooldown on Echo, maybe looking to find it for the next fight. But we've got 45 seconds before the Gauntlet is even available now. And with the Kraken marching down the lane, only 2 turrets standing between Mouse and a victory. This is a pretty dangerous position for G2 to be in. Again, the weapon Blackfeather pick here just does not work the way they wanted it to. Only 2 offensive items. Yes, you have defense, but you're still not living long enough for that breaking point to scale up.
If you're not alive, you cannot apply damage. Mouse understand this concept and thusly just keep killing G2 over and over. Crystal Sentry is going to walk right past. Crystal Sentry, come on, help G2 out. They can really use it. Jump sets forward. Apfel, he's got that long attack range right now, but doesn't go into Dark Potato. They trade around. Apfel, Hundor over the top. Can they take him down? Yes, they can. One gauntlet is down. Does he have another one throw as well? I'm not actually sure where he used that Echo. Hundor eating a lot of forward brush. He's stacked right on the target. 20 breaking point stacks. They take him down. They're going to get Justman as well. Yes, a triple kill for Hundor. When everybody doubted him, he said, nay, I shall find my triple kill today.
That was more of misplay from the side of Mouse. Again, we see this way too often, is people just get way too aggressive when pushing with the Kraken. They really needed to pick a better fight there. Obviously, Apfel way too far forward did get caught out, and dropped very quickly. Again, the Echo was not used on Gauntlet that fight, so that cooldown is ready to go for Keanu Nakoa. That is a great opportunity with some gold swinging now into their pocket. Still a lead for the side of Mouse, but with the turret advantage that there is here, it's not that huge of a gold advantage. And now as Hundor looks to get some damage down on this turret, actually they're not even gonna get that as Baron has now returned. This is if Mouse can find one clean fight, they just have to have Apfel not. He used the jump jets in trying to find Dark Potato, wasn't able to find him, and then his escape away from Hundor was essentially just wasted. The Vanguard came through, got a slowdown onto him, and by that time Dark Potato topped himself up with the fountain, came back in with a Drifting Dark. Fight swings on over as soon as Apfel drops, and that is some signs of life now for G2, looking to pick up some points here. Not anything on the line for seeding at this point for either of these teams, but definitely a confidence booster going into the Unified Championships. If G2 is able to take down Mouse, who's riding very high in these standings, it would give them quite a bit of momentum moving forward.
I'd like to see G2 play like they just got a shot of adrenaline. Just play aggressive. It feels like anything less than pure aggression onto Apfel's Baron will spell disaster for them. They're holding the middle area of the map, the middle ground here, keeping Mouse at bay for the time being. But G2 need a great fight. They have double gauntlet available. They can find an opening, and fusions are out on everybody. We have reached late game potential at this point. How will this play out here? Both teams, they throw the Malice Inverter, they throw the forward barrage down the brush. I mean, both teams just almost clipping each other, but not finding each other yet.
Yeah, and I want to point out that Hundor has actually worked into a bone saw on this Black Feather. There's not really any armor in existence for the side of Mouse. Baron, obviously, with the reflex block, will not be building into any armor at all. And Sky only with a tier 1 armor. I just feel like the tension bow, going for that raw burst and trying to find a fight with your Samuel here would have been the better call. Hundor really looking to scale up as the fight goes on. As long as Mouse doesn't get caught out, as long as Apfel isn't engaging with a jump jets that doesn't find anything, this should easily be Mouse's victory. I mean, it's going to take Hundor so long in a fight to ramp up that I don't know if G2 can pull it off, as this game, obviously Sky now getting to a point in the game that she can just take over. Got an aggressive engage coming out of Mouse, though. Here we go.
G2 can do it. The War Treads are out. Gauntlet number 1 is down. Keanu, is he going to throw another one? Hundor trying to get onto I'm the Doom, but it's Apfel who took the majority of the damage. He's down! G2 are doing it! The Ion Cannon came down after he had died. 991 execution damage, and I'm the Doom can just watch from the grandstands as G2 dismantle his team. Keanu put a very nice gauntlet down that just split them apart.
Yeah, we've seen, obviously, like I just mentioned, if Apfel jumps in and doesn't find anything, he is very, very vulnerable. The gauntlet came down as I'm the Doom Surrey striked to the back end of the fight. It was literally all 3 of the members of Mouse left to their own devices, trapped in a situation where they could not group up. Those are the fights that G2 has to find, and they've been doing a good job finding them so far. Again, Hundor needing to scale up in the fights. If he's allowed to 1v1 somebody, that's going to give him that opportunity. Mouse really needs to pull together here and fight as a team. We can't be separating the damage source. We talk about it with Baron quite frequently, is I'm the Doom needs to get somebody low and then allow Apfel to jump in and get an execution style attack down with this Baron. And if you're separated, that's not what's going to happen.
If G2 get caught here, it's game over. Mouse can just run down and kill their base. But Mouse, they're just on this Kraken right now. Dark Potato in the Drifting Dark, moving forward. The Malice, the Verdict. G2 are going to pull off this push pretty soon, one would imagine. But I totally agree with what you said there. Oh, Keanu goes for the gauntlet. I don't know about that one. Keanu taking a whole bunch of damage. Is he going to echo that off? What? He's still holding the echo. This is strange.
I think he's echoing the Vanguard. I think he's echoing the Vanguard to really reduce some of the burst that Apfel can put down.
Yeah, I mean, he had done that previously. but does he need to? Like, if you throw Gauntlet and don't catch anything, wouldn't you like to have another Gauntlet?
Probably would. I think that was a good opportunity, especially with how low Mouse was. That G2 could have used the Echo Gauntlet there. What? Okay, I'm confused now. He just used Echo on whatever was on cooldown out of the fight. It is on a pretty short cooldown just because it is either the Vanguard or Blood for Blood.
Or something? Like, he did something after the Gauntlet.
I think that must have been it. He must have Blood for Blooded to a minion just to disengage. That Echo is now available, but Gauntlet still down for 40 seconds. Kraken not on the board. Mouse has another shot at finding a better fight. But G2 has been doing a good job of really separating I'm the Doom and Apfel, and that is the one danger for the composition of Mouse here. If Baron is singled out, then they're going to be able to find a lot of free damage.
I also love the Journey boots on Hundor's Black Feather here. I think it's just one of the greatest pickups. When a lot of guys will wait until it's just the last thing that they're going to upgrade or put in their inventory, but it is so powerful to get the reset on boots over and over, especially on a Black Feather. Like, there's no way you get away from him right now.
There's definitely not, and we do now have the Echo complete for Justman. It actually happened a couple minutes ago. We didn't really put note on it though. This is really going to be on Justman for blocking out that Gauntlet, especially since Keanu Nakoa hasn't been echoing the Gauntlet. It will either force him to use Echo on the Gauntlet and lose out on that double Vanguard, which has been really doing well for them in these fights.
Yeah.
Or it'll, or he'll just, lose out on the Gauntlet. They'll just still try to find a fight. It could go either way now. We only have 2 turrets for the side of Mouse and 1 turret for the side of G2. Whoever wins this next fight, if they can find both carries or an ace, either one of these teams can push for a win.
Dark Potato has been getting work done, but he's been a little quiet in these last few fights. He moves forward. He's got the Drifting Dark out, the Malice inverted, connecting onto Malice as they retreat. G2 chasing forward. I'm the Doom has been found on point, but he scurries over the wall. Now it's time for Apfel. Hundor, though, switching to Justman. As you see Mouse just falling apart. They cancel off the Gauntlet. Justman making the plays, throws the fountain. The self-fountain himself stays alive, and now I'm the Doom versus Apfel. In a 2 versus 3. They're pinned into their jungle right now. G2, how do you engage? Dark Potato's on low energy, but he can't use Corrupted Genius onto a hero. So he uses on the Crystal Sentry. Crystal Sentry getting taken down. Keanu very low. 2 lives remaining on that Crystal Sentry. I don't know if we're going to see that, but the forward barrage resets with a Surrey and another forward barrage, but Keanu's just too far out of reach, and G2 feeling a bit threatened here. Back up. It felt like maybe they were going to disengage and re-engage, re-goose there, but they're just fully out.
And again, G2 has forced a situation out of Mouse where they had to reposition themselves incredibly far away from each other. A beautiful Surrey strike out of Ivan the Doom. I don't want to discredit him on that. He did escape away from Hundor using that Surrey strike over the wall. Beautiful play, but it really left, and then obviously Apfel using the jump jets out of the fight, left Justman in a position. He did Githian wall Keanu Nakoa out of the Gauntlet, but at that point, he's literally just by himself with Dark Potato and Hundor hammering down some damage, and now they're looking to start up this Kraken. Mouse knows it's going on. Body block gonna come out from Keanu Nakoa.
Body
Here we go.
the Gauntlet's down. The death from above comes through, but they've got it. They've got the Kraken. Whoever wins this fight is going to win the game. Keanu, War treads back. Hundor, he's on to Apfel. Apfel has to reposition, but Hundor's right there. He's over the top side. A Rose offensive. He's in there. Can he get him? Yes, he can. Now I'm the Doom has to make it happen. He's their only chance. Surrey's over the top side. The forward barrage is there. Justman doing everything he can to peel for the sky. He's gonna have to Surrey strike over the top again. He's too low. He's too low. Hundor's got it with Dark Potato. The damage, the ace comes through. G2 reverse this game. They flip it around. They say, no, Mouse, this is our game. We're coming through. We want to take first place here in the last week of the regular season. This is what we expect from G2.
This is what we expect from G2, and again, I think Apfel's use of jump jets in that last fight, again, it very aggressively engaged with the jump jets, wasn't able to find anything, and then he's in such a vulnerable position as he's jumped to that front line. Dark Potato raining in those Malice and Verdicts, Hundor jumping right on him. That was really just mispositioning out of Mouse that threw this game over very heavily in those last couple fights to G2. If you're going to engage as Baron, you have to find a kill. If you're going to use those jump jets in, you have to find something, and if you don't, it is very likely going to be that Baron dropping very quickly.
Wow. G2 grabbing that throw from Mouse. And with that, we'll go ahead and throw it over to our analyst desk.
Incredible work for G2 there. Going into this double mech composition, we were expecting that to be the comp that came in the late game, but it was the other way around. They were at a disadvantage in the start of the game, but then G2 towards the end, Hundor every single fight, finding his targets, diving onto the backline, and making things happen. Let's start right from the start of the game, though. It was looking really good for Mouse. Like, they had the advantage early on. They were, obviously it was a bit back and forth in the very early game, but once things started to get rolling, it looked like Mouse had taken this one.
Yeah, and this is one of the very few times where Mouse gets themselves a lead and are not able to close things out. I'm not sure what exactly went wrong for them, and maybe either it was communication or just, you know, overconfidence or something, but we do not typically see them lose a lead like the one that they had built up for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, they made a few mistakes. They had such early game pressure. They got turrets. They got actually all 3 turrets before they even lost their first turret. And the key point of the game was during the 18-minute Kraken push. Apho jumps in too aggressively, and he doesn't get the double rocket off onto Samuel. And Samuel is actually almost dead. So if he landed that, if he booted and landed that, they probably could have ended the game from that push. But instead, they hand over the ace to G2 and the Kraken. Then the gold swings from 4.5 gold lead to just 1k. And then Hundor gets his full build. He gets his damage items, his defense, and then now he can dive more proficiently. And then Mouse just makes a lot of mistakes. I mean, Justman is out of position a lot. They don't dive together. Baron, like, Apho will jump in and Sky will kite the other way. And they just didn't play well how they should have with this composition. You want to kite back and stay with Lance. And then Lance, Justman, sometimes will get caught by the gauntlet and wouldn't reflex it. And there's some fights where he didn't even use his Crucible or Fountain and just got deleted by Blackfeather and Samuel.
Yeah, and there was a fight at around 18 minutes where things finally started to look up for G2, and we finally started to see Hundor actually having a significant impact on these fights. Bacon, do you want to run me through some of the action?
Yeah, and this was the one that Sweetj was talking about, where, you know, he jump jets here, doesn't get in range to be able to hit Samuel. That would have killed him because the Fountain came out very, very late from the side of G2, but it ends up being enough because those double rockets don't go off, and they just completely turn things back around off of this fight. This was the crucial fight for the side of G2 in order to be able to get themselves back in this game, and it all hinged on that one small mistake from Apfel in not being able to secure that kill.
Yeah, for sure. And then obviously a lot of these fights towards the late game, very, very messy, but a lot of the same story where it's all about Hundor jumping onto these carries and actually getting the damage
This
down.
was a beautiful play by Justman on Lance here. He Gauntlet stuns Apfel, and then Hundor then decides to go back in. He's low, tries to get Baron, and then Justman just roots him and CCs him, and then they win this fight, get the ace. That was also a very critical fight that led them to Kraken. They got another turret. And here, just look at Apfel's positioning here. He's going to jump towards the Samuel, and then look, everyone just kites back, and they don't want to dive the Sky, and they just focus the Baron because he's completely out of position. There's no Fountain, no Crucible being used because the team is split up, and this just didn't work for them here. And this is the fight for them to turn it around. And look at the position, and Justman just gets stunned, kind of lands their root there, but Baron is not focusing on Dark Potato, and then Hundor then gets onto the Baron, and they don't kite together to then, like, Apfel jumps in trying to get the kill on Dark Potato. They should just kite back.
That was an absolute desperation play there.
Yeah, it was.
Trying to force the fight, trying to get something working for him and his team, but it just wasn't enough. And Hundor just doing absolute work, tearing through the backline time and time again. See Underdo doing his very best, but at that late situation in the fight, there's not really any coming back.
Yeah, 1 versus 3 without everyone being on their last legs is a very difficult spot to be in, and with the Kraken already pushing, that was all that G2 needed to finish off this game, and they get themselves one step closer to their first win of the season for the entire week win of the season.
And this is a point I want to make. A lot of teams, I don't know why they tend to do this, is when you're pushing a Kraken, do not give the enemy team an ace. You're going to give them huge bounties, and you're going to give them a $500 crack gold go to every single one of the members, and then your 5k gold lead goes to like 1k. That is not worth it. You should never, ever risk giving an ace over. Make sure if you decide to make a play, you secure it and you play cautiously. Push with the Kraken in front of you, not behind you. And, you know, these risky plays didn't play off for Mousesports, and that one fight literally changed the outcome of the game.
And we saw G2 capitalize on that, turn that into a victory, and now they're heading towards game 2. G2, this is the team that they can't actually affect their standings, but they are not letting that deter them from trying their hardest and making sure that they put up the best performance they can. They want to win this week. They want to make their mark here on the European Vainglory8. And now heading towards the next game. What do we expect to come out in the draft here? Because we keep on seeing this Sky Baron draft from multiple teams. It hasn't worked yet today. It's not managed to get a victory.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's wrong with it because it's a very strong composition. We've seen it work before, and it's the way that the teams are executing with it. Now, Mousesports, this game, Fnatic earlier, neither of these teams are making it work the way that they need to, and it just hasn't. It's really just an execution issue. It's not like the composition is weak. It's not like it's being countered. They just aren't playing it the way that it should be played and the way that you need to play it in order to get those victories. It'll be interesting to see if it does come through again or something similar comes through again. But with the Vox being first banned, Lyra getting taken off the board, Grace and Baron both going to be available.
I think G2 will probably pick up the Grace here, I'm assuming. And then Mousesports will probably pick... I don't think Baron is that good into Grace, so it's really risky. If they do pick Baron, they need to ban Blackfeather. Even though Idris also is really good into Baron, so let's see what they're going to pick here on the side. They actually take the Samuel as a first pick. That's very interesting because Samuel is decent into Grace, but not as good as Sky can be. So let's see if they're going to go ahead and ban this Idris here or save it as a pick for themselves. I think they should ban Idris or Blackfeather and take the one that is not banned and is still open.
Samuel first pick is an interesting one, though. It's something that both of these teams have liked to focus in the past. Obviously, Dark Potato has been playing at to a great level today specifically. But the Blackfeather is taken off the board now over on the side of G2. They're going to take that Baron away. Make sure that that's not something Apple can lean on.
Yeah, that Baron.
Whoa, what? Scarf?
Baron banned, Scarf grabbed immediately.
Wow, this is
after
so
the ban.
weird.
So
That's double. Is it weapon power Samuel with a CP Scarf jungle? Could be.
It could be. We've not seen much success with the weapon power Samuel. We have seen CP Samuels in lane, though. Could this be a double CP? Colin?
it could be a double CP. We could even potentially see a Captain Samuel. That is something that has been done in the past once or twice, but I think the double CP is probably more likely here, but it's very, very unconventional.
Yeah, it is. And with a Grace, shield, double stack the shield with a Grace, and a Saw comes out. I think they're just messing around at this point. So it's going to be potentially CP Saw, I think, with either a Weapon Lance or a Weapon Grace. I think a Weapon Lance makes better sense than a Weapon Grace
I
does.
think Weapon Saw with CP Grace makes the most sense.
But Scarf is going to outpoke the Weapon Saw.
I mean, I'm not sure the
CP
Saw makes sense at all.
CP Saw actually counters mages. Like, CP Saw is good into Celeste, it's good into Scarf, Kestrel especially, because once he lands a suppressing fire, it's actually like almost as strong as a Jewel ultimate.
There's one thing I would really
Has
love if
400
we could
CP
pull
ratio
up
on
the those Saw stats for everyone to see. There is a very important issue with the Saw.
So, yeah, there we go. The 0% win rate, the 1.6 KD. Now, I feel like we may have accidentally jumped into a Blitz game or something. We may be saying the wrong thing here. Celeste, Scarf, Samuel. What? Like, is there anything, like, can you give me any clarity on this composition, or is this just totally out there?
Yeah, I think they want to play Blitz.
Out there. I think what happened is off stream, the Fnatic versus SK matchup is currently 1-0 in favor of Fnatic, which means the standings are locked. Unless SK can beat Fnatic, those two can still juggle, but Mousesports is locked into third place now. They can't surpass SK because SK has the tiebreaker, and they cannot get enough points to pass Fnatic. So maybe that has something to do with this draft. But either way, Mousesports is third place, and G2 is obviously sixth place, but we knew that one coming in. This is just for pride and maybe a little bit of height, keeping those cards close to the vest here.
Maybe a few giggles on the way as well. That could well be what we see coming out here. So let's try and give it some analysis at least. Suijay, what do you expect the play styles to be for these two unorthodox compositions?
I think they should do Weapon Samuel and then go with either probably Captain Celeste and then a jungle scarf. Captain Celeste could work well.
Yeah,
You know,
what I
max
actually wanna
that core
see-
collapse right away.
What I really want to see from this triple carry composition is an actual triple carry composition.
All right,
I want to
just
see them
pure
just
damage.
go all out damage and just try and blow up their opponents.
Well, we'll see what happens. The standings are locked. These guys are playing for pride and maybe a little bit of fun by the looks of the draft. We could have a little bit of a clown fiesta on our hands, but we'll have to wait and see. I would love to be proved wrong. Let us know who you're supporting on Twitter using that hashtag Vainglory8. Get involved and tag the teams, tag ourselves as well. We want to get involved in the conversation. But without further ado, let's jump into the second game of our final. It's G2 going up against Mousesports.
Beep beep boop boop. The clown car has arrived. I think we could fit all 1,200 of you into this car. I know Denominate and myself are ready to go, ready to get this show started. This is the best draft I've seen all season.
You know, realistically looking at G2, I actually don't think they have a terrible draft. So it'll very likely be Hundor on a CP Saw in the lane. Dark Potato playing a Weapon Lance in the jungle, which we actually have historically seen him play. And then Kiana Nakoa on Grace. I mean, Grace is already a very viable captain, so I do lean a bit on the edge of G2. It looks like we might have a player disconnect on Hundor here in the lane. So we'll have to see as we go on. Friends GIF. It is looking to be a weapon power scarf in the lane.
I like
and
that.
And then Justman and I'm the Doom picking up 2 crystal bits apiece, looking to be very aggressive on this crystal jungle duo. I actually can see a way that both of these compositions work. So we talked about G2 already. We looked at their composition, said this is actually a possibly viable composition. There is some pretty interesting character interactions here, hero interactions on the side of Mouse. I mean, we have actually a lot of crowd control on this side. So we have obviously the core collapse coming out of I'm the Doom. We have the Oblivion coming out of Justman, could set up some potential chain stun ability there, as well as there will very likely be some Frostburns complete. So there is a lot of potential, particularly into the Saw. Saw, obviously, as he gets spun up, not the most mobile hero. There is some potential for this crystal heavy composition of Mouse to come through here. It even could go with a crystal scarf in the lane. We know Hundor when he does, Atfel when he does play crystal heroes, he does usually go with the swift shooter just to have a little additional clear speed in the lane. There is potential for both these lineups. Again, I think G2's lineup very realistic draft. I think this kind of goofy lineup here from Mouse, just kind of having fun, knowing that they can't pass anybody in the standings, will definitely be them hiding compositions, hiding heroes that they actually want to play. And we could see a good goop come through, a good core collapse, and a good Oblivion that just lock him up, and we very well could still see Mouse win this one.
Oh, there's a good chance. I know you will try to set your prophecy in stone against the clowny draft. But I see just real power. You know what I see? I look at Mousesports. Denominate, I see innovation. I see boldness. I see power. I see just pride in the potential outcome of what they can do in a game. And these guys have worked so hard to be where they are. Now's the time to show it.
Now is the time to show it. Again, there is a lot of sieging potential that comes out of this Mouse lineup. It is, if they do a lot of lane rotations, will be very difficult for Hundor particularly to stay in the lane. Again, very immobile, susceptible to a large amount of incoming Spitfire damage, a large amount of Heliogenesis and core collapse, as well as, that Drifting Dark, Oblivion, and Malice and Verdicts coming out of Samuel could make it difficult for Hundor. I'm very interested to see if he does go weapon power. He does have the weapon blade and the shield available to him, so could potentially just be to help him clear out farm here in the early game.
I do think if they just all went full damage for Mouse, I feel like that would actually be their strongest way of winning because, yeah, you could itemize against it, but there's literally nothing the Saw can do if you're all pumping out damage at him. Like, at some point, he has to stand his ground to a white
myths. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And we get back in the game here. Hundor obviously reconnecting, gonna move up towards the lane. This ought to be an interesting one to cast, Humanist. If Mouse does close out the game here with this, G2 does close out the game here. There is quite a substantial amount of potential for them to just end the series.
Check out the jungle. Keanu's already playing games with I'm the Doom over here. Everybody's 1v1. They're like, all right, we're all going to meet in your positions, team. I don't know if they talked about this in the lobby. Everybody was going to 1v1. Now Justman making his way back over. They're going to force Keanu out of here. But yeah, it feels like G2 definitely attempting to win this with a little bit of style, a little bit of flavor. The Saw coming in here. Hundor, he's just standing his ground, eating Spitfires. How about a turret shot as well? First blood.
First blood, not quite finding the kill for himself. That is going to be Scarf getting a little extra gold in his pocket. But it looks like Keanu Nakoa, oh man, almost finds a kill on I'm the Doom. And now Dark Potato coming in.
Eat him! Dark Potato, eat him! Get him! Out that with Spitfire, the goop from the out, he dodges out the core collapse. I'm the Doom. Oh my goodness, a beautiful mind. I saw 3, 4, 5,000 calculations come out of him before he threw that core collapse.
Definitely taking a little bit of an edge here for Mouse. Up 3 kills, up 1.1k gold as well. Good rotation of Justman at the beginning of the game there. Did steal away the Treant, and now it looks like they're going to make that rotation again. Another pause now coming out. Looks like maybe Hundor having some connection issues today. Unfortunate. Obviously, we want to give these players as best of an opportunity as we can to give you guys a good show here, so making sure that Hundor is at his best condition. It did sound like we had an update for the off-stream game. Fnatic takes game number 1 over SK. That will put them up at 31 points, but SK not out of it yet. If they can still claim the series, they will definitely have the potential still to claim that number 1 seed. Fnatic obviously showing they want to keep it as well. Humanist, what are you most excited to see in this game? What is it that you want to see out of either G2 or Mouse that can really just be a game changer here?
I don't think it'd be appropriate to talk about that right now. And talk about what I expect to see come out here. I expect to see Hundor, if his connection stabilizes, just demolish Mousesports. That's really my prediction, what I would like to see here.
It's definitely a pretty fun composition that they've put together on both sides. It's not a typical draft by any means for either side. Again, I do think it is going to be Hundor going into a Crystal Saw with Dark Potato playing that Weapon Lance in the jungle. A lot of burst potential if a good Impale can come through out of Dark Potato, and a good Roadie Run or Suppressing Fire to follow it up. Obviously, the Roadie Run does additional damage based on the missing health of the enemy.
That's such a good combo.
Could be a devastating impact.
Could you imagine an Impale? You Roadie Run, Suppressing Fire, boom, the Holy Nova comes out, boom, another Roadie Run. I don't see how Mousesports stand a chance at this point.
Crowd control, spam it.
We're play-by-playing the potential outcomes of the future. This is very Oracle-like casting, and I would expect no less with a prophet such as yourself to dominate. It's quite exciting to see every potential angle of this game reveal itself as you break it down for us.
It's gonna be kind of difficult to break this one down. Again, there is some opportunity for both of these teams. There are some pretty interesting hero interactions for both sides. We talked about the Impale and the Roadie Run. But, again, depending on how Atfel goes with this, if he does go into a Crystal Scarf, there's a lot of lockdown potential for Mouse to keep Saw in a position, and there is actually the Crystal bit that comes out of Hundor as this game gets back into play. There was a time where I did play some Weapon Scarf back in my day.
It's real.
It is real. It has a lot of damage potential.
Oh, look at it, so real! Dark Potato's gonna get 1, he's gonna get 2! Lance is back! Lance is back in action.
Lance is back in action, and it is Apfel now building into the Crystal. Actually think it would have been pretty exciting to see a Weapon Scarf. So Weapon Scarf, not really the best pick for a weapon carry. However, Scarf does have one of the highest basic attack damages of all of the ranged heroes. He actually exceeds Kestrel and Ringo and Vox in that sense. But now
Hundor, you got turret aggro,
taking turret aggro.
Hundor not scared. Hundor push, saw push turret. Denominate. What you think Hundor do?
Hundor is taking the quick way back to the shop, is what's going on here. Very likely going to, actually it might even be Hundor lagging again. He is now sitting at the home base, not purchasing anything, so it might have just been Saw's auto attack locked onto Apfel that dragged him into that turret.
Players are responsible for their own connections and picks, Denominate.
They are, and that is going to be an opportunity for now Mouse to clean up some farm until we get a reconnect here out of Hundor. Not sure how many pauses the team gets. That's
Dude,
not up to me.
I'm past that. We got a 2 versus 3. This is one of the most exciting setups I've seen as far as storyline, potentially the whole season, besides the actual good stuff. But once you're in the clown car, everything has a little bit different taste and a little bit different look to it. We could see a potentially hyper-farmed Lance this game. And Keanu, he's clearly going to have to transition out of his captain position if they're playing 2 versus 3. These guys could do it.
It'd be interesting to see if Keanu does pick up any weapon power or crystal power items here. A lot of
godly
siege potential
defense
coming out of Mouse.
Mouse
though.
hammered down the impale Lance. They core collapse. They're going to stun up the Lance. Keanu's dropping low. They move in. Justman executes him down with the corrupted genius. Not playing nice here. Mouse still pushing their advantage, pressuring the turret here. And how much of this is a strategy potentially for Hundor to just sit there and just collect trickle gold and then surprise them? What if he allows Mouse to build up some bounties, get some gold on them, and come in and cut them down?
I don't know if that's his plan. I think that is an opportunity, but man, Keanu Nakoa coming in here, Dark Potato already very low.
Oh, the Githian Waller! Apfel on the chase. Can he land the Spitfire? It doesn't matter because the fountain came out. G2 are doing it. Mouse are dropping low. Keanu gets one. Justman's down and Apfel. He's gonna go down the impaled miss. But Keanu's on the backside. He flares him out. Apfel, you are not long for this
Double
world.
kill.
As G2
Ace.
show you the
Fighting an
power.
ace.
G2 Esports.
They do find an ace. Unfortunately, we don't have Hundor back yet, and I don't know if this wave is going to push up quick enough for them to secure a turret. But G2 finding a 2v3 ace, Frostburn coming out of Justman, and Shatterglass coming out of both I'm the Doom and Apfel. This is going to be a fun game. There's going to be a lot of very heavy siege and burst damage coming out of Mouse. Tension Bow now complete for Dark Potato, looking for that huge burst.
Dark
Hundor
Potato had 3,000 gold. He just
Hundor
walks in and just grabs it.
still just protecting that sanctuary, making sure it is safe, making sure
Hundor.
that the enemy can't dive into that fountain.
Protecting his strategies by staying in the healing platform. Goop is down. Keanu taking a bit of damage. They can't allow the damage to stack up like this, or are they baiting him? It could be the bait here. Look for the impale out of Dark Potato. They're still holding the fountain. This Mouse bears down onto this turret. While applying a lot of crystal power here. Solar Storm! It hits its mark, but it doesn't take Keanu down. Keanu just standing his ground. He's not scared right now. Dark Potato sure is. Dark Potato, a lot of damage. Dark Potato, you gotta get out of here. You gotta go down. He's the one of the impale. That's the kill. Dark Potato, what a monster.
A lot of shield being built already on Keanu Nakoa. Hundor accumulating about 2,000 trickle gold here. Hugging down this base. If he comes back, he will be able to buy a couple items and hopefully get back in this game again. I actually do really like the interaction that a Crystal Saw and a Weapon Lance do have. Dark Potato now building into that additional shield, looking to be able to survive against this composition that the innovators Mousesports have put together here and are taking a pretty big advantage here on in the early game. Dark Potato almost enough gold to complete a Sorrow Blade here. Maybe looking to get some farm for himself. Actually, they're just going to rotate down and let that wave sit there. Going to come down, though.
Dark Potato gets one. Core Collapse was not the one that he wanted. Dark Potato, he wants kills. He wants the gold miner. Oh, Samuel's going to take the gold miner. Dark Potato's going to make him pay for that. Get the wall backwards. Celeste melted down. Now Just Man runs in fear. 3-2-2 damage as the triple kill comes in for Dark Potato. What a lance.
Picking up the ace on the back of that. Scarf is going to return to lane now. Almost enough gold to complete a broken myth for him, but Ace Wave coming through on this turret. Can G2 find the damage? And they secure this turret for the G2 fans out there in the chat. It is not looking like they're going to have enough damage.
This is
Maybe
sketchy.
It's so
Core
close.
Collapse clips Keanu. He stands his ground. The Holy Nova. He will go down. Like you said, G2 fans not happy about that, but look at you. Got to be happy with
G2
your
with a
team.
kill lead, though. Yeah, G2 with a kill lead. Dark Potato, gonna get caught out here. Not quite finding what he needs to. Gonna have an opportunity now to shop and get that Sorrow Blade, though. Gonna find some more damage for himself as Keanu Nakoa is also building into an Aegis. If G2 wins this, Humanist, if G2 closes out game number 2 as a 2v3.
Oh, G2 are gonna win this.
I mean, they could. Look at the damage coming out of Keanu Nakoa with no items
Dark
built.
Potato. He misses the impale. He's got to get the end wall. He slaps Celeste. One more attack should do it. He's got one. He's going to look for two. What is Goop? I don't know. I'm Lance. I'm going to walk through it now. Dark Potato. Just attacking. Just man, he's like, okay, man, throw your damage at me. 3 CP. I don't really care. He's going to come through, finds another one. Line him up. Apfel. Drop some Spitfire, some Goop. Because this is Lance time. G2? G who? G2, the nominee. This is a spectacular performance, and Hundor might be going through the longest tunnel in the world, playing on his 4G right now. He's accruing a lot of gold, though, if he does come back and pick up an item.
He did! He came back and picked up the Shatterglass, just as you said it. Just like that. Dark Potato and Keanu Nakoa able to hold the game out, and now Hundor can hear 17 farm in 10 minutes. Looking to...
Nobody stands a chance against this team. They're going to take I Am the Doom down as well.
Oh my god,
Legitimately, I've joked about blacking out before, but I almost did just now. As Dark Potato comes through. Wow, finding a double kill. Dark Potato 13-3. He wants more. Apfel's on the menu, but Hundor, they're allowing Hundor a moment to kind of recollect himself. But from Apfel takes him down. Welcome back, Hundor.
Welcome back, Hundor. Your life has not made a huge difference, but Dark Potatoes has, as he takes that first turret over the side of G2. Fire not finding Keanu Nakoa. He is going to make it out. 14 kills to 9. G2 advantage. However, the gold advantage for the side of Mouse, pretty sizable, 4,000, as Hundor builds into a little bit more crystal power. Gonna try to find some beautiful execution roadie runs off the back of Dark Potato's impales. Humanist. How exciting this game has been so far. G2 holding on as a 2-3 game.
I got the 3-man Githian wall. G2 stood their ground 2 versus 3. Christmas has come early. That's pretty much how I'm feeling right now. I'm absolutely loving it. Look, Keanu standing his ground. Hundor's like, distractions? How distracted are you by me standing in the lane? Mouse, not quite. They land a couple abilities. Let's see how they can play Benediction in there. Holy Nova off the mark. He's just a Spitfire target at that point. Quit doing that, Keanu. Dark Potato's gonna have to use his boots to get backwards here. Suddenly, Mouse moving forward is 3. Who'd have thunk it? Apfel low on energy, but just man, he's not. He's moving forward. Now let's verdict. Big trying to get there. Why finds a kill, Dark Potato? Wow.
Dark Potato, 14 kills on this weapon lance. And now Mouse looking to use the crystal power to their advantage and siege up these turrets. If you're Keanu Nakoa, you go with Journey Boots. You get those boots that have the additional cooldown speed when you damage an enemy, just so he always has it, so that he can boots in and find some good Holy Novas. Oh, Solar Storm! Humanist. Humanist, what is happening here? Why have we been so blessed with Dark Potato's lance? Can he
You
find
know,
the kills?
I don't question fate. But I saw a tweet earlier, Vainglory8 say fates will be revealed today. And the fate of G2 has revealed itself in spectacular fashion. I have to question, now Hondor is back, just so I just mentioned that. Does anybody in the world stand a chance up against a team that can 2 versus 3 with the potential we've seen out of G2 today? It's just a beautiful thing to watch.
Hondor, level 6, has to find some farm here if he wants to really have an effect in this game. It needs to get the suppressing fire and the roadie run overdriven. But is Dark Potato looking for a kill on the Justman
Dark
here?
Potato wants 1 kill. Justman, he sacrifices himself. Justman knows there's no roadie run. Gets shanked down. Hondor's back. Ladies and gentlemen, impale off the mark, but the core collapse is going to land. They're turning on the Spitfire. The Heliogenocide going Supernova onto him. Dark Potato able to live. How will they take this raid boss down? This Potato will not be burnt. He will be stunned up though. Oh, he gets taken down. Solar Storm. Okay, Solar Storm. That makes sense. But that's going to be suppressing fire. Dodged out. A Heliogenesis. Hey, let's watch this attack follow him. Hondor, run! Hondor, go! He can't run. You can't outrun Celeste's attacks. Have you not played VG before, sir? Apfel. The Spitfire. The goop landed though, so that's good for Apfel. He wants to get this though. He'd like a little bit of regeneration. And these are desperate times here for Mouse as they look to apply pressure onto G2.
And with G2 taking the first number game, Mouse looking to come back and win with a bunch of siege potential. They're going to clean up the gold mine. 7,000 gold lead, 7,500 gold lead for the side of Mouse. Hondor, level 7, trying to work towards that broken myth. Going to get some ambient gold here with the Potato God, Dark Potato on this Lance. 14 kills in 14 minutes.
They've got the angle. They just need that suppressing fire. It could be a disaster. He rolls over the wall. Over the wall. Dark Potato making the place impale. Hondor getting melted by that Solar Storm plus the Heliogens, but Dark Potato Keanu still alive. He gets the Divine Intervention. He's just body blocking the damage coming out of Justman. He doesn't care. Long hair, don't care. Name is Grace in your face.
16
I don't know where I went with that one.
Potato now.
You realize, Nominate, if Mouse win this, we're going to game 3.
Going to game 3, and it's going to be awesome to see what the Innovators can come up with in that third game. Will Justman find an ace here?
Potato, he's done! He's done! Ace. The Potato has done it! He finds the ace! Oh my goodness gracious! Flawless play!
Beautiful plays out of G2. Looks like Hondor might be going through another tunnel, but G2.
Hondor's
Dark
playing
Potato.
on a train. He's... Okay.
Dark Potato finishing now a breaking point on this Lance, looking to really ramp up off the back of these big 600 damage impales. I'm the Doom, the only one building any defense towards Dark Potato. If it is Samuel or Scarf that get found out by one of those impales, it is almost certainly a kill. G2, Hondor is back again. Level 8, the devastating power of a Crystal Saw, ready to come online any moment. That broken myth is now complete. Hondor, 1 kill under his belt, 19 kills for the side of G2, looking to wrap around here.
They're getting flanked. G2. I haven't seen positioning like this since Von C of last year. What are you playing in his castle? Dark Potato. 3-minute impale getting fire. Destructive comes through. 1 Hondor suppressing fire down. Justman can't get back. Double kill coming through. Thank you very much, Justman. Thank you very much. G2. Unbelievable plays as they turn this around. And Mouse thought they had the positioning there.
They thought they were going to push for the win, but a great combat roll out of Dark Potato, followed by a triple impale and a triple Githian wall. Dark Potato helps his team clean up the ace. 22 kills. Still very limited defense on the side of Mouse. This is going to be a Kraken now going on over to G2, uncontested, unless a beautiful Solar Storm comes through. It is off cooldown. Here it comes.
Here it comes.
Oh, not enough damage. Not enough crystal power under the
Had a
belt
hard
of
time
this
aiming
Celeste.
it in the clown car.
Not a whole lot of room to move your arms. Not always the best scenario for Celeste.
How does
throwing it
Celeste
out.
get in the clown car with that staff anyway? That feels like it would be quite awkward.
It's on the
very
roof rack.
magical.
It's on the roof rack.
It's on the roof rack. She had to grab it off the roof rack, cast that Solar Storm, and she was still too early. I am the Doom. Wow, more OP than I imagined. Hundor, look at Hundor in the bush. They don't know he's there. He's in range for a suppressing fire. He lands it on I am the Doom. Keanu's in there with the benediction. Catches him with the impale, and they find the kill. Why am I not surprised? And the Dark Potato
19
just carrying
kills.
this game.
19 kills under the belt of Dark Patutu.
I mean, this is padding his stats pretty good. Talking about padding some stats. Juzzman, he is in the Drifting Dark. Very good stuff. Ooh, Dark Potato. Yeah, you know, Dark Potato, he adds another one. 25-3. I gotta say, these are pretty good statistics.
Yeah, it's looking good for Dark Potato. Mouse looking to potentially find some Kraken damage here. Hopefully they can pull something together. Send us to a game 3 so we can see what kind of innovative things they come out with. Blessed now off the platform. Humanist, can they do this? Can G2 close out the game?
No! Oh, yeah, I mean, G2, I thought you said that. It was a mouse. I said that right. Dark Potato got in there, got that kill. It was OP. The Drifting Dark is out. Juzzman, he's in it. The Malice inverting. It's not quite connecting. Hundor taking a lot of damage. They need to take Hundor and Dark Potato down. Kraken will go down to this turret explosion. Hundor, he's just gonna pour it out? Are you gonna pour it? Oh, Corrupted Genius says no. Juzzman, ending has fun right there. He'll go down. This is Mouse just on just a single thread holding them in this game here.
Just a single thread backed by a whole lot of opportunity, especially if Atfel can get that bounty from Dark Potato. He does not. Dark Potato will save his own life by escaping 21-5-3. This man is worth a mountain of gold to the side of Mouse. But
He's worth a mountain of gold to our Vainglory community. What a legend.
Dark Potato, huge performance here. Mouse looking to push the advantage of Hundor being dead. Dark
This
Potato
is about the worst case scenario, but they missed the Spitfire. That's good for Dark Potato. Core collapse off the mark. Potato's gonna have to heal. Hundor, he's baited them in. Hundor, such good baiting. Now the suppressing fire down. Apfel's dropping low. Potato's back in. They can't lose the Potato right now. Apfel, they get the healing coming out. Who bought a fountain? Juzzman, classic Juzzman. Classic captaining for his team. Keanu will be melted down. They've lost Hundor and Keanu, but they have the Dark Potato, the single raid boss against all of Mouse. As Mousesports bear down upon G2, can they do it? Impale, basic, combat over the top. Dark Potato's got one. Can he get the Inwalu? I'm the Doom, find the stun. No, the Helio's there. Mousesports have done it. Ladies and gentlemen, Mousesports taking game 2 and sending us to game 3, pushing the series to the max. Innovation, dominance, pride, power, just peaking all in this moment for us to nominate.
Definitely Mouse looking to reclaim the #1 spot here for this week. The Siege composition comes through strong in the end. They find an ace. They find a game. 20 minutes in. Humanist, what a wonderful game that we got to cast there.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I need a moment, and to buy us that moment, it's going to be Munchables, Sweet J, and Tasty Bacon.
We're going to game 3, ladies and gentlemen. Dark Potato almost managing to take that game 2v3 while Hundor was disconnected, but it was not meant to be. And Mouse have managed to clinch it in the end. Now, we were debating at the very start before that game whether this was just innovation or whether it was less serious drafting. I feel like the game answered that question just a little bit there.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, at the end of the day, I said I thought that the triple carry composition would be the best way for them to run it, just fall damage, and they won. So,
I mean, I feel like they probably wouldn't have if Hundor had been playing the whole time.
This was definitely a few factors went into this one. I'm not really sure where we can even begin with this, but how about Dark Potato? When it was 2v3, like all jokes aside, 2 versus 3 and still being able to put up a crazy scoreline like that is actually really impressive.
Yeah, and I mean, this is exactly what Weapon Power Lance is great at, right? 3
yeah,
squishes.
And I'm surprised that it's not being played more often. Weapon Power Lance actually really strong, because this root at max level does over 500 base damage already, and then you add on all that weapon power damage from a Sora Blade, etc., and a Tension Bow, so it's very bursty. You can see the amount of damage, 459 damage, level max root there onto the Celeste, but it was a very fun and entertaining game to watch for sure. I definitely enjoyed it. Lots of laughs, especially when Hunter came back, and then he immediately went back to his death.
Yeah.
So that was pretty hilarious.
I think one of my favorite moments was when they were pretending to let Just Man base when they actually donated the kill to Hunter. He, like, swoops
Hunter's like, I'm back! And I'm
I
gone.
see it. Yeah, this was an interesting game. Is the political way of saying that. That's Hundo leaving the server right there. Replay as he gets shut down. This was a highlight moment right here. Triple root into triple stun from the Holy Nova. Just obliterate
Oh my
the whole squad.
goodness.
And not only that, but like, again, this was
Nice
a fun,
fountain.
a fairly silly game, but that play right there as well, the Githian wall was used as the Solar Storm came out, which gives Lance that big directional damage reduction and just completely nullified almost that entire Solar Storm. So it just, there were some really amazing plays in this game.
I think the key thing is that these were amazing mechanical plays. Now, in terms of the macro, less so. Let's not kid ourselves here. But it was definitely an entertaining game to watch. Definitely a funny game to watch. Let's look towards the next game. Now, the question I would usually ask you guys at this point is, what do you expect to see in this draft? But based on that last game, I'm not sure this is going to be a predictable one.
Yeah, I was literally, if the camera stayed on us a little bit longer, I was going to take my draft notes for this game and just crumple them up and toss them away because I don't really know what we can predict in this one. It is going to be a Koshka first pick. The Lyra Sky being banned isn't actually that unusual.
Koshka's a great captain pick. Kath also an amazing carry in lane.
Okay.
Weapon Park Kath is just unbeatable right now. It's a new meta for sure.
Sweet J is not fully on board with this one.
Lost it.
Look at that, 83.6 kill participation for a Dark Potato there.
All right, they do ban the Batiste though. They're like, okay, we're not giving away.
We're not going to give away that
Even if we're messing around, we're not giving up Catherine Batiste.
All right, so with Fortress taken off the board, that's also denying the Fortress Koshka. So both teams looking at this and being like, you know what, we're not going to let these certain strong comps go through.
Mousesports have fallen into the trap here. They've allowed Dark Potato's secret pick through once again. We've seen this. See, he can dominate games. They should have banned the Lance. That's all I got.
I think a great
That's all the analysis I got on this.
A great way to play against this. Let's just pick a rhyme and go like triple melee into a Lance composition. And just outplay them.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to just see this next game actually be a 3v3 with everyone just like playing. It's just like pure mechanical skill. Whoever can fight better will win the game. I'd love to see that as a series.
Yeah, that would be a great way to close out the European broadcast. There's going to be Ringo and Kroll, so.
This is actually a semi-serious composition here.
Yeah, this is something that
could work.
I mean, TSM has run fairly similar compositions to this with the Captain Koshka, a Ringo, and a Kroll. That's going to be a Glaive to round it out. So again, with a you have the Lance Glaive, you can run the double weapon composition, Glaive in the lane, Lance in the jungle. And again, it's another semi-serious composition coming out from the side of G2.
I think let's go CP Ringo and a weapon crew here and a Koshka captain because Echo, that Koshka ultimate. It's one of the longest ults besides a crew ult because it lasts, I think, a little right at 2 seconds. So if they can land that, they can do pretty well.
I mean, if they can chain that CC, we've seen Koshka Kroll work wonders. And if they can tie that up alongside a Ringo, Ringo, especially in CP, historically, you use that ultimate to blow the crucibles to get those reflex blocks out of the way. And then when you have two other characters on your team that also just want to blow those reflex blocks, suddenly you've got a recipe for success there. Anyway, it's time to get on into this third and final game. This one's looking a little bit more serious than the last one, fingers crossed. We'll see how this one's going to pan out. It's G2 Esports going up against their rivals at this stage, Mousesports. Let's see who can take this one. Hashtag Vainglory8 on Twitter. Let's pass it to the casters.
Mousesports versus G2 Esports, Game 3 in the finals. This is a battle for innovation, a battle for strategy and tactics, a battle of entertainment de nomine. How are you feeling here, my friend?
I'm excited to see the innovators of Mouse moving this Kroll into the lane. Very likely going to be that lane weapon Kroll, jungle CP Ringo. We see, obviously, that's something that Europe does like to run. And then taking some notes from the man, the myth, the legend, Flash X. Just Man is going to pick up the Captain Kashka, looking to make some very aggressive Echo Yummy Catnip Frenzy plays.
Dude, there might be something to this here. I
This
mean,
could work.
You talk about the Echo double YCPs, and I'm with you. We've seen that with Kroll. And what does that force? It forces Crucibles, reflex blocks, right?
Well, look at the crowd control.
But that's
that
exactly
G2
what the
has put
CP
together.
Ringo wants. That's a CP Ringo's dream.
Well, the CP Ringo's dream is to just annihilate somebody as, you know, that one-shot ultimate come through, force somebody out of a fight. This is a very tanky composition that G2 has put together to counter what Mouse has. We have the Catherine here in the lane for Hundor. Obviously going to be able to build up a lot of stacks against the Kroll in the lane. Going to get some additional defense. Obviously, if that Crystal Ringo ult comes out onto Hundor, he can pop that Storm Guard, bounce a large portion of that damage back onto the more squishy composition that Mouse has to put together. Lance, obviously going on to Dark Potato here. Huge pick for him. Great performance last game. Was not quite able to carry Hundor through his connection issues on that train. And Keanu Nakoa coming in on this glaive. So much crowd control, so much repositioning available for the side of G2. I love the draft they have put together here. I just can't wait to see them pull it together.
Keanu and Justman are trading early on here. Justman maybe having just an edge there in that skirmish. Keanu, though, going toe-to-toe. Justman's going to try and take away their mid. What's the plan? Twirly Deathy moves in. Keanu has got 2 boosted attacks that he can put down on Keanu. Keanu just moves under the turret. Dark Potato is here, though. See if Dark Potato can lock this kitty cat down. There's your attack. Justman trying to get a little move speed, and we'll move him out of there quite quickly. I mean, the Kashka move speed is just brilliant here.
Yeah, it's definitely going to give a lot of advantage to Kashka, able to maybe bait out some of the crowd control that Dark Potato is going to have to
The
offer.
afterburn. He could afterburn at any moment. What, Keanu? I mean, just put it back. Are they waiting? Oh, they're waiting for the stun. The Merciless Pursuit stun to come up. I bet you as soon as that's off cooldown, he afterburns him, right?
Right.
There you go. Boom.
Under turret.
1, 2,
stun
that's
up.
the combo.
That is
We saw
first
Dark
blood
Potato
going
should
on
go
to
down to
Hunter.
I'm the Doom in the jungle as well. CP Ringo making a stand here early on. It's 1-1.
1-1, but the first blood does go into Hundor's pocket. Gonna accelerate this Catherine's dominance into the mid game. Will Keanu Nakoa be able to find anything though?
No, Keanu can't find anything. See if we can find an afterburn. He could have. It was an opportunity, but I understand for not going. Justman, you're very dangerous situation. He jumps in. He knows what's happening, but he goes down. Dark Potato finds the kill. Now I'm the Doom. You're in a tricky position here. No matter where you go, Potato will find you. They're also trading in the lane just a little bit there. Doom, Dark Potato, Dark Potato. Did he move forward? Did he use boots? He did. That's not quite right. He's gonna be able to grab the backs though, as well as that kill. And honestly, Ringo very easy to catch out like that.
Yeah, definitely exciting gameplay here. Lots of aggression coming out of these European teams, fighting for that #1 spot this week, looking to establish some domination on some of these unique picks. So definitely, a huge engagement here coming up in the lane.
Afterburn, Merciless Pursuit, and Apfel just trying to stand his ground here. And the immediate Dead Man's Rush plus the Spectral Smite, buying him just enough time. Apfel with the plate. Now Hundor, the Achilles shot, a lot of damage coming out. He's right back in on that Kroll, but Hundor is going to be okay. Now swing and a miss from Mouse, but now G2, they have to worry about Dark Potato, who's made his way up from the jungle here. Doom wanted to take the mids away, but it's already been taken down by G2. Oh, look for the impale right onto Apfel, and they take this Kroll down. 4-1 G2 Esports.
4-1 going on over to G2. Dark Potato showing that he is Lance. He is not just a player, he actually is this hero. And now Mouse rotating up.
Hundor about to get played here. I'm the Doom's there. Oh, he punts I'm the Doom back. What a play from Keanu Nakoa coming through with that afterburn.
Beautiful plays out of Keanu Nakoa. Absolutely huge performance out of this guy today. They do stop the recall. Justman maybe looking to do it again. Nope, they are going to let him recall and look to maybe push this lane up now.
Potato. Can they see? What? Can they see him? Could they see him there?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but now they're looking to find damage.
Nobody knows. They got the stun, the impale. Apfel should go down. He gets the Spectral Smite off and a potion at the end. Who is this guy?
He is a legend of Europe. Bringing this Kroll into the lane, such innovative gameplay. And now Justman looking to fight.
Keanu, Afterburn knocks Justman back. He's getting chunked down. He throws out the fountain. I'll keep him alive for now, but Affel made his way back out from the base. I'm the Doom has some slow. Dark Potato comes in, he's gonna miss the impale. It's a very rare thing to see Dark Potato miss an impale. Ladies and gentlemen, it just happened. But now Justman moving back in, he face checks the brush, he gets stunned up and chopped down. Hundor's Catherine doing work here. I wanted to ask you before, I mean, how do we expect this Catherine to be building? We don't see Catherine go to the lane all the time here.
Probably a Stormcrown Aftershock build, really relying on a lot of that cooldown. Obviously, Hundor looking to make some aggressive blast tremors and merciless pursuits as this game goes on. 12 stacks in just 5 minutes, a little bit over the that 2 stack per minute we'd like to see. But now, Justman coming in.
He's on to Hundor. Hundor forced back here. See, it was a very forward teleport out that he was attempting to achieve. Justman, Twirly Death, are you going to jump in? And the Bouncy Funny is in there. One more deck. He takes Hundor down, but the turret is locked on. Keanu, that's not the Afterburn you wanted. He actually knocks Justman further away from the turret.
And Justman not looking to let up that aggression, but here comes the Potato.
Potatoes then misses the Githian wall. That is something to reflect on later. But he does hold the lane, which is very important for G2.
Definitely important for G2. You don't want to lose out on that first turret. Will obviously make it difficult for a melee laner such as this Catherine to farm. This aggression from both sides has been absolutely huge. 7 kills.
Impale, Apfel, chopped down. Keanu just showed up to the party. Who's gonna get afterburned? It's gonna be I'm the Doom. Just taken down, chopped down. There's nothing to play-by-play there. Dark Potato cancels out Justman's port home, but it looks like that's all he wants at this point. G2 starting to bear down onto the tier 1 turret. This is Justman doing his best. He's stunned up. Justman's gonna go down. A regrettable decision, one might say.
Definitely going out a little bit too far. Kashka, obviously a very squishy captain. We talk about it with the Baptiste. Same goes for Kashka. Her defense is really her movement speed. And Hundor, will he make it out?
Not Apfel is on. He's on his surfboard. Oh, the spectral smite at the end, but get knocked back into the turret. Keanu finding that afterburn that he had missed before. Keanu Nakoa showing up, making the plays happen. I'm the Doom taking a little bit of farm here in the lane. He has that Shatterglass and Hellfire Brew ready to go. Let's see how this plays out here. Dark Potato holding the lane for his ally. Hundor making his way back out from the base. 14 stacks now on that Captain of the Guard passive, and he's gonna dip into the jungle here. He's gonna take a little jungle for himself.
Aftershock is complete now for him as well. That's going to make that merciless pursuit up just that much more frequently. Hundor actually may be looking to max out the Stormguard in the Blast Tremor this game. Obviously wanting to have that silence available, but also if he's able to reflect a Hellfire Brew, he'll get that bonus damage.
Justman providing a distraction as Apfel was engaged on by Dark Potato. Another Afterburn. Apfel back. They have the damage, the stun. He's held in place. What is this lane crawl to do? If only Adiandris was here to let us know. Justman still providing that distraction for his team. Mouse, very appreciative of his ability to distract the one member of G2. And he will eventually go down to Dark Potato, but I'm the Doom just holding this lane down here about as best as he can. I've seen I'm the Doom in the lane as often as I have Apfel. Hellfire Brew out.
Hellfire Brew, not
Big
blocked.
Achilles shot. He's burning down. They forces the fountain. Okay, let's be real. I'm the Doom calculated that. From Hellsart connects onto Keanu. That's not the target he wanted, but it's the one he got. Blast Trimmer comes back the other way. Impale catches Apfel. Apfel dropping low, and Apfel is dead. We'll be respawning 13 seconds from now. Justman is here though, threatening with this kitty cat moving around. The high movement speed just buying time for Doom to try and farm here. This turret should be going down very soon.
It definitely should be. The Storm Crown from Hundor will make short work if they get this wave pushed up. Oh, Justman though.
Just run. Just be the fastest hero on the fold and you'll be okay. Dark Potato, he rolls forward though, gives him the Githian water. He's able to get out of there. Hundor merciless pursuit and they can't connect. Pouncey fun. Justman able to get himself out of that one. Unbelievable.
Will Dark Potato find him, though?
He found him. He rolls forward. The YCP, they're chopping Potato down. Can they take it? They got the apple. Got to play just man. Calculated plays. Keanu's there. Afterburns forward. He finds the kill. Captain on captain action. And up in the lane, I am the Doom actually finding a kill as well. Wait, maybe not. Maybe I'm tripping out here. Keanu Nicola, he's on the run. Apfel got a couple weakness stacks on. Can he stick on this target? Afterburn in 1 second. Afterburn's there. He goes down. I am the Doom with the rotation.
Good plays out of both of these teams, and now Apfel on this Krill starting up the gold miner, trying to bring the gold advantage onto their side. I'm the Doom looking to force the wave up. What can Mouse do here? They found a couple good kills. Realistically, how I love the composition that G2 has put together into this Kroll. They're going to make it so difficult with all of this crowd control for Kroll to be able to ramp up in a fight.
So he avoids the fight. He goes for the gold miner. Apfel is just going to take objectives. If you think you can shut him down in a fight, he will just take the objectives. Another thing, did you call out this Echo? The Echo is out for I'm the Doom. Afterburn in.
Out for I'm the Doom.
Stunned. They block off the impale, but Hundor's there. They're gonna reflect actually that Hellfire Brew. Second one comes through. They both hit the Storm Guard. No! That is not what you want to see. Impale from Dark Potato. He finds the damage plus the mid. He's on the chase. Flares out. They see Just Man combat roll forward to Afterburn. They stun him up. He throws out the Crucible, buying enough time plus the move speed. Can Just Man get out of here? Merciless Pursuit plus a Blast Trimmer to clean it up. Hundor, no mercy for the Koshka.
No mercy for that Koshka at all, and Hundor, beautifully played, pops the Storm Guard to actually block both of those Hellfire Brews coming out of I'm the Doom, and that is not what you want as a Crystal Ringo. No reflex blocks burned. Now Apfel.
Apfel's in a very bad place right now. He's dead. That was pretty much as simple as it was. Merciless Pursuit on to I'm the Doom. He's in the lane again with Just Man. Doom just trying his best to farm out. YCP is going to come out onto Keanu here. A bold play, Just Man. I think maybe he would have done that differently if he could go back in time.
Yeah, I see the Aftershock getting ready to come out here for Just Man. Will bring a little additional damage to the table. Apfel falling pretty far behind. Maybe Stormcrown Kroll was the way to go. Hundor showing that innovation here in the lane. Super tanky, does a lot of objective damage, lots of crowd control. I don't understand how Mouse is going to stop the aggression from G2 here. 16
How does I'm the
kills
Doom
in
get
number
away
3.
from this merciless, merciless G2 essentially to nominate?
Yeah, G2 definitely not letting up, making sure that they can close out game number 3. They want to be the champions for this week. Oh my god, Dark
Over
Potato.
the wall, finds it onto Apfel. Apfel not predicting that. He tries to juke in and out through the brush. He's buying enough time from Hell's Heart, stunning up Keanu, but the Afterburn in and out this way and that away, bouncing him off of the wall. My goodness, poor Apfel.
Or Apfel getting bounced around like a ping pong ball.
Ping pang. YCP is going to be blocked off. G2 are in deep. Turret has aggroed onto them. I'm the Doom dropping low as well, but they have the damage. They have the control to nominate. This is a crazy composition coming out of G2, but you can't get anywhere near them.
Yeah, it's G2 really showing their dominance with this innovative composition,
Stun,
and here they go on to
Afterburn.
Apfel.
Can they stun? Plus, is there an impale to come out here as Apfel looks to retreat? Dark Potato, will he go over the wall? He reads that one. A second Afterburn. Apfel goes down. Crowd control, not his friend. Apfel having a rough time here. Just Man, he's back to his distraction techniques as he's abusing the move speed of the Koshka. In, out, and through the jungle, flaring and over to the mid-treant. Well, I'm the Doom will take this opportunity to farm up his jungle. Just Man may be able to take one back here. He's completed up that Aftershock now. A utility item picked up here for the Koshka. Dark Potato makes his way over. This should be Just Man going down any minute here. There you go. Blast Trimmer to clean it up.
Beautiful plays out of G2 here, really showing that the Crystal Ringo and the Kroll can be countered with sheer CP and tankiness. And Hundor, now with the Eve of Harvest, will also heal up off of the Stormguard damage and the Blast Tremor, as well as now working into a Broken Myth. This man, can he be stopped as he scales up as this game goes on? I'm the Doom looking for this aggression though.
Mouse are taking this turret down. Atfel stands his ground. He might lose his life, but he took an objective. Hops on his surfboard, jukes Keanu out from Hell's Heart. He gets knocked further away. Almost blocking off the stun, but he jukes Hundor out. Don't need to block it if you juke it out. Blast Trimmer gonna come through. They're cleaning him up. Dark Potato. Hellfire Brew from downtown gonna be, blocked off. That's no fun. I'm the Doom, did he? Oh, that must have been his echo on the second
one. Yep.
Yeah, Just Man. He's going to be knocked back even further, closer towards his own base. Hundor should be able to catch him here. Hundor, they're using the boots. Just Man getting another killing shot, buying just enough time. Hundor would throw that blast Trimmer if he had it. He's getting kited back, twirling silver, stutter stepping. Hundor wants it. Hundor gets it. I'm the Doom. Potentially killing his ally there. I'm not quite sure how it all happened. It's just happening so fast.
Yeah, the friendly fire there coming out of I'm the Doom, saying you have not been doing your captainly duties for me, so I'm just gonna kill you. And Hundor actually does drop 11-4 for Hundor. Will G2 survive this though, as Apfel looks for the kill on Dark Potato?
I mean, check one thing out here. Whoa, from Hellsart, that's not blocked off. They have the slow, they have the damage, but he has another afterburn. This Clockwork, really doing good work. He's able to throw these out consistently. One denominator though. I mean, analyze this, break it down for us. Let's look at net worth here. It's 23-7, but net worth, that's not a huge difference.
No, 4,000 gold here at 15 minutes, not anything huge. G2 obviously has had this snowball rolling, but Mouse is really taking opportunities to find pockets of opportunity. And if they can find a clean stun out of Just Man, or even bait out a Crucible, look at I'm the Doom, working on a third Shatterglass, looking for the raw damage out of that Hellfire Brew, 100% piercing damage, true damage.
He needs to get back. Fight. He can't be caught. He's going to turn around. One Hellfire Brew coming through. Just Man. Actually, they're blocked off the YCP, but I'm the Doom. He has a second Hellfire Brew. It's coming through. It catches Keanu. Keanu will burn down. I'm the Doom finding his target. Apfel finds the stun. They're on to Hundor. Stormguard comes up, though. It reflects the damage just in time. I'm the Doom can get past the Impel, and Dark Potato cleans the fight up for G2.
What a beautiful cleanup there. Dark Potato has been the man on this Lance, now pushing in this turret, really looking to get that huge choke point objective, take it down, as well as extend the gold lead now 6,000 for G2. I'm the Doom. I found some great Hellfire Brews in that last fight. Got both of them down onto Keanu Nakoa. He wasn't able to block both. The burning damage comes through and does clean up the glaive, and now G2 taking this Kraken, looking to close out the game.
I mean, Hundor soloed it up.
Champion.
He is locked up here with the YCP out of Just Man. Just Man, you got to get out of here. Self-Fountain. Oh, that's not right. Dark Potato comes through with 566 damage on that Impale. Unless I didn't read that right. That's a lot of damage.
41 stacks for Hundor, the Catherine legend, the innovation king.
King of innovation.
Close out the game here.
King of stacks right here. If only Starboy got stacks like this on his Catherine. But they don't let him lane it.
Hellfire Brew.
Hellfire Brew's coming through. It's Keanu is their target. Dark Potato, he's just locked on to the Vein Crystal turrets, though. He's going to get stunned up. That combat rollback. They have the Kraken here now, though. G2, this is your opportunity to close it out. Get redemption for your season in this game. Apfel doing his best. The Blast Trimmer coming through from Hundor, taking them low. Mouse stunned up. Merciless pursuit. Just a merciless Hundor is all I see. A hungry Hundor gets him another stack on his heroic perk. 47 at the end of this game. 18 minutes in. G2 Esports claiming first place in week 3 of Split 2. Building the momentum into the Unified Live Championship. 30 kills here to nominate. What a game.
And G2 just showing the aggression, really wanting to lock in that spot. They are this week's champion. Humanist, what a awesome, innovative team this was. Will we see this innovation going on into the championship?
Could we ever see innovation on this level again is a question I ask to our dear beloved Munchables.
Well, Humanist, I've got to be honest. Innovation is not the word I would use for that one, but Dark Potato definitely strutting his stuff on that weapon power lance. It is going to go the way of G2 in the end. It's a 2-1 series, not the most serious series we've ever seen in our lives, but certainly an entertaining one.
Yeah, entertainment value through the roof. The analytical abilities of this desk down in the basement, because there's not really much to go over with this game. It was really just, I mean, the highlights were fun to watch. The Crystal Catherine in the lane, no less, making work happen. And but really, this weapon power lance, I think this, even though these games weren't the most serious, I think maybe a case can be made for Dark Potato to bring this weapon power lance back in the more competitive games.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying backstage while we're watching this. Like, even though it was a messy set of games, Dark Potato's weapon power lance, he's showing that he knows how to play this, Suji.
Yeah, I didn't know that Apple can play a Cruel too, but the triple CC, anytime they landed...
I'm not sure he played Krull. Like, he played it, but I don't know, how well he played it.
But the triple CC was pretty crazy. If they landed a stun, a cat stun, a root, that person was pretty much dead. And you can see Catherine, 14 kills, and just stun happy. I mean, 36